I think he scales to like the whips that were able to like be on par or above the Hashira, including sanemi. You want me to show you scales to him?
Show me scans of that.
Okay.
What is this? I hope you don't want me to judge this, bro. Do
Yeah,
you
just watch. I don't really care for. I mean, I don't know.
I can let like the VC judge or some shit.
I'll just record it.
You can record
Yeah,
that.
I mean, I'm already recording it, so.
Fuck you, boy. I'm recording it too.
Oh, okay.
Dude,
Alright.
Wait, what's the topic?
Tanjiro versus sanemi.
Okay.
Alright. Are you fine with him scaling to the whips? Like the faster whips?
You want us skills to wait? What'd you send it out, scans?
Yeah, scans.
Okay, where exactly does he dodge it?
In the second scan. In the first scan, right? He notes that the 8 whips are faster than like his arm whips, right? And then in the second one, he like weaves between them and attacks him.
Wait, where does it show him weaving the second one?
In the second scan, it shows like you see the multiple images of Tanjiro. That's like just portraying his position, and he just like moves between the battlefield, dodging the weapons.
No, because like he just be like, let me how do I put this?
Huh?
You could just be like reacting to the other whips, the other version of these whips. And
No, I think these are
like
these are the skinny whips. You can see the skinny whips attacking him.
no, that's not my argument. I'm saying like let's say like Muzan lets out his normal whips to attack him first, and then by virtue of just blocking those whips, he can probably just dodge the others without actually like scaling to it.
What? What do you mean by that? I'm like confused.
Okay, so he so like Muzan, right? He throws out the normal whips, right, and then Tanjiro like blocks it, and then by virtue of just blocking that, he will just block the other ones. Doesn't have to be him reacting.
What do you mean by virtue? Like he'd still have to be fast enough to block it.
Not really. If he's just doing it based off the slower ones, I don't think so.
So you mean okay? So are you saying that like? Okay, I think I know what you're saying. So you're saying he throws out the normal ones, Tanjiro reacts to that, and since he throws out like the second ones, just like in like the same spot, that he's also blocking the other ones.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think you can prove that.
I think you can.
Huh?
Yours more likely.
You said you want me to prove mine's more likely?
Yeah, you would have to.
Okay, well, I don't think, here, I got you. You know what? I got you, hold on 1 second. Give me 1 second, I'm grabbing it. Alright, here you go. So I'll like go scan by scan, right? So like, we see it in the first scan, right? At the bottom part, because that's when he's like reacting to the skinny whips. you can see like all the skinny whips try and attack him.
Where
All at once. Yeah, the bottom part of the first game that I sent. Like the first one. 11:20. The bottom part.
what chapter is this?
192.
Yeah, where would this moves on scale in comparison to the one that blitz the Hashira?
Because it was like right after the other. He blitzed him, and wait, do you? All right, hold up. First, are you fine with it blitzing them?
I don't know if you
Huh?
don't know if you don't know.
You said you don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, well, okay, fine. We'll get into that in a second. I think he blitzed them, right? So after he blitzed them, then he like right after that he goes to try and attack Kanao, and then Tanjiro starts fighting him. So it's like there's like no time difference. He starts fighting them instantly.
There's no time difference.
Yeah, and if there is, it's like
I'm talking about the Hashira blitz. From the Hashira blitz to this moment in this fight. Prove there's no like what are you talking about? There's no time difference.
oh, not this exact moment. I'm saying that it's like right after he does that, he starts fighting Tanjiro.
That's fine. He get weaker in the fight. Like what do
You can't prove that.
you need to prove that? Y'all sure claim saying he's not. He's the same strength. That's what
He's
you're
not weakened.
scaling what presupposed.
Why would I have to prove that?
Okay, because you're scaling
You wouldn't
presupposed.
assume-
Not. You're
okay,
saying you're saying his back skills. You're saying the back skills.
I got you, right? We wouldn't if something's not portrayed by the author, we can't assume it to be true. So my claim wouldn't be presupposing it if there's nothing in the series to lead us to believe that. So it's up to your burden to prove that.
You said? That again?
I said, okay. You want me to repeat what I said?
Yes, repeat.
Okay. I said we can't assume something that the author didn't portray in his story, right? So my claim isn't presupposing this because we have no evidence to believe it to be the case.
There's like scans that lead credence to that, so that doesn't work.
You said what?
There's scans that lead credence to that, so that doesn't work.
There's scan. Okay, so send those scans. That's your burden.
What is this shit? Like her, yeah. Bruh. Alright, go ahead and look in scans. Do.
Okay. Is this before or after my feats?
What?
I said, is this before or after my feats?
No, it doesn't matter. I don't think that matters.
I think it does.
Why?
Okay, because if we see that Muzan is only really affected by the poison after these feats, then it wouldn't contradict the backscaling.
Wait. How are you saying he's only really affected? Wait, how are you saying that?
Because okay, all right. If this is after, if I'm just like I'm explaining it right. If this is after my feats, right, then this would show this is when he's affected by the poison, right? Because before my feats, unless it's before, like okay, just answer the question. Is
No,
this
no, no,
before?
no, 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 no. Cause no, I don't think that works here. Cause when he makes the statement, he was basing it off like observations of what happened before.
Mm,
Yeah, that's
okay.
what he says. Yeah, I don't think that helps you.
Which scan is him like implying that he's getting weaker?
So can I? It's right there. It must be because I'm slowing down.
These scans are like right after another, right?
Yeah.
Okay, then he could be basing it off of like your first scan. He doesn't have to be basing it off of like my feeds.
Huh?
I said he can be basing it off of your
No,
first
no, no.
scan.
It's the first scan. The first scan is when he starts to like gather the thoughts and the observations. Says what's wrong. His movements. Like,
Yeah, he's observing him in that moment.
huh?
I said he's observing him in that moment. It's not like off of stuff that already happened. That's nothing in what he said.
Wait. How do you know he's observing him based off that moment alone? How do we know that?
Okay, because alright. What part of the what okay. What part of these scans are you using to say he was weak? Which I wanna know
I
which
already
part.
told you. I just told you. It must be
Oh, okay.
because I'm
It must be
slowing down
because I'm
too.
slowing down, right? And then I
Yes.
gave the interpretation that he can simply be basing this off of your first scan because your first scan comes before this scan.
Okay,
Right.
or he could just be basing it based off like what happened before. Like I don't see like how you're
Okay.
getting
Well,
your
you would have to
interpretation.
prove that more likely because we have equal interpretation.
Yeah, so you can't even assert like okay, this moves on skills to the one
I'm not
from
a.
the huh?
Oh wait. What you said?
What? You would have to prove
Repeat.
this moves on. You would have to get yours more likely to prove like this moves on skills, like skills to the one that blitz the Hashira or like hit tag them or whatever you said.
No. I already proved that, and you try to debunk it with this, which now you're going. No, you're kind of like you're kind of getting circular because now you're saying, all right, well, you have now I'm like you're trying to
No.
disprove.
Because all I did was just bring this up to like okay,
Yeah.
give credence to the idea that okay, he could just be slower than getting those observations from what happened before.
Okay, and then I gave the
Yeah.
interpretation. All right, and then I gave the interpretation that he can simply be basing it off of the first scan you sent, and it doesn't have to be my feats. And then after that, you said, "Oh, well, you still have to prove that. Oh, that moves on like backscales," which is what I already did. This is
No,
you
you
trying to
didn't. No, you
debunk.
didn't. No, you didn't. Because you for you to like assert you did, you have to prove it's more likely. It's talking about You have to prove it's more
I don't have
likely.
to prove it's more likely.
Yes, you would.
No, I don't.
Yes, you would. Why not? Why not?
Why not? Okay,
Yeah.
because you're saying. Oh, okay. Well, you're asserting that he's basing this off of my feats, right, and everything
Yes.
that happened before
Well,
that.
I'm not sure. I'm saying it could be. It could be.
Okay, and I'm saying he also could just be basing it off of this one instance. He doesn't
Okay.
have to.
Okay.
I don't
So we
need.
don't
I
know.
don't
So we
need.
don't
Wait,
know.
let me explain it to you. I don't need interpretation over you. You need it over me because
Why
if you don't
not?
have interpretation over me, your point doesn't follow through. We
Wait,
have
wait.
equal.
Okay, so if we have equal interpretations, right? So that just means he could be slower here. How for you to say like yours, for you to assert your scaling, that's the case, right? You asserting your interpretation is over mine.
No,
Yes, you would.
let me
Yes, because
explain it to you.
that's what more likely is. That's why you establish it as more likely. Or else, yeah, we
You
have
want me
equal
to,
interpretation,
me
but
to
we don't know
explain it to
which
you one
one's
more time?
more. Which one? Explain it. Explain.
Okay, so you're disproving to this is saying that he's basing it off of everything that happened before. Correct? This you're saying he could.
I'm saying he could be. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Observation.
So, and then I gave an interpretation where it doesn't have to include my feet, right? So, I
That's
don't need
fine. That's fine.
interpretation. Wait, let me finish. Let me finish. I don't need interpretation over you in this case because you have to disprove my previous scaling, right? So basically, what I'm saying,
Well, why do I have
basically
to
what I'm
disprove
saying
it?
is,
Why do I have to disprove it if you haven't proven it?
I
Well, what are
have
you
proven
saying? How did you prove it?
because. Wait, hold up. You're
Because what? How did you prove
hold
it?
up, hold up, hold up, hold up. Let me regain my you know, let me regain my thought process. So we started off with Tanjiro. Okay, right. So you said that there were scans, right, leading us to the conclusion that he was getting weaker as your rebuttal to my previous backscaling. Because I said, oh, since we don't know it to be the case, we can't assert it to be the case. Because you try to say that, oh, I have to persist. You try to say my argument presupposes
No,
that.
no, no. Because you said no. Because that's not what happened. You were dismissing the possibility. I just said there's things leading to the idea, and I just brought the scan
Yeah,
up.
and this
Okay,
is your thing. So
and you would have to.
if I
You
debunk
didn't
your
debunk it.
things,
You
leading to
didn't
that
debunk it.
possibility.
You didn't
Wait,
debunk
I
it.
know, that's what I'm doing now. If I do debunk it, then it doesn't follow.
You didn't. Okay, go ahead and debunk it. Like what?
Okay, all right. So
No,
back
you
to what
shouldn't
we
do
were saying,
that.
right? You need interpretation over me simply because I gave you an equal interpretation to yours as of right now, to where it doesn't have to include my feet. If it doesn't include my feet, then it means that
Okay,
Muzan
okay,
didn't.
okay. I'll just use the same logic. I've given one where it does. What are you gonna do then? Like,
Okay, so yours doesn't follow through
how does it? How does it not follow through?
because our interpretations cancel out. It simply
What?
means that
Wait,
it doesn't
why do
have to
our
mean
interpretations? Why do our interpretations cancel out? Why would
because
they?
neither of us have interpretation over the other.
Okay, why does that mean it cancels out? That's what I'm asking. You
Okay,
said that. Yeah,
do you
you
not know
said
what
that.
equal means?
Dude, stop
If,
asking me questions. Just
if
say what you
one
gotta say.
isn't over the other, then they're equal.
That's fine. What does that mean? What does equal mean? It
Okay,
cancels
all
out.
right. So now
That's what
you're
I'm asking.
agreeing that we have equal interpretation. So if we have
I
equal
already agree.
interpretation, then that means you don't have like I'm already explaining, right? If you don't have higher interpretation in this what you call it point, then your claim that well we have evidence that like lead it to could be the case, then your evidence doesn't follow.
Yes, it does. Because all I said is could, and this just substantiates that it
Okay, and I
could
gave
be.
you interpretation where it doesn't.
That's fine. Anything's
All right, so we
possible.
can conclude then. We can conclude then.
You need to provide a more likely case, and you didn't
No,
even
I
give a
didn't.
reason as to why it's equal. So yeah, you can just
I
go ahead
don't.
and.
I did give a reason to why. You
Why?
literally conceded
What
to
did you
it
say?
being
What
equal.
did you say? I mean, not why it equals, why it cancels out. I meant you didn't give a reason
Oh,
as to why
okay.
it cancels out.
If something's equal, it can't. Okay, if two things are equal of value, right, then they cancel out when like contradicting each other.
What?
So yeah,
Wait,
I'll explain something to you, right?
wait. How did these contradict each other?
Let's say you're playing a video game, right? And my character has 15 strength, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we both attack at the same time, and your
Yeah.
character also has 15 strength. Well, if we both attack each other, we both like cancel out because we're both 15.
Okay. Why does that game analogy like apply to like interpretations?
Okay, so if we both have equal interpretation, right? Neither of our interpretation can be over the other, right? So they cancel out, and yours isn't above mine.
Yeah. You've given a reason why it applied, why it cancels out in the game, right? You haven't given a reason as to why like it cancels out in a context of like argumentation and like interpretations. Like
So
why
you want
can't
me
we
to
just like
explain why you need a
why can't
better
we just why can't we just like you just why can't we just like
okay
why can't we just like
to
leave it like leave the feet
to
alone and just like
if your
we just can't get to
interpretation
the
doesn't
conclusion.
if you're I'm gonna say like this last thing and then I'm gonna wait for you to conclude, right? So like
Okay.
if your interpretation doesn't follow through, then your evidence doesn't debunk what I said because your hingent claim, or not claim, but like presupposition is that oh well we have evidence that lead this to be the like that it could be the case. So if your evidence doesn't exist and it doesn't debunk my stuff, then your interpretation doesn't follow through because you have no
Yeah,
basis.
so my evidence, so it is in line with what I claim. I just said it could. and then I gave reason as to why I could with the scan, right? So just going based off that, I've proven my burden. And why? Okay. Mm, mm.
By the way, too, I know I'm not the judge or
Mm,
anything, but like, whenever
yeah.
Freeze comes back, y'all should probably go to conclusion soon, because it's getting pretty circular.
Okay. Okay. Well, let me explain why I refuted the claim because
Alright.
my argument was just basically right. What I used to refute your argument, right? That it was that like he scales to this Mozan would skill back skill. What I used to say this was it was possible. That's what I just said, and I gave credence
I
to
know.
the idea it was possible. So yeah, so I fulfilled my burden of the argument. So like yeah, so we can just move on.
I don't think you did, so yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so
Alright. Alright. So, do you think that Muzan like blitzed them?
Muzan Blitz who the Hashira
Sanemi and Hashira.
send evidence for that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. This thing get lagged out again. This thing get real down. Just might need to like consider.
Yeah, I think like. Wait,
What?
what's your guys' debate?
Sanemi versus Tanjiro.
I'm gonna wait until after the debate to say anything.
Okay.
Holy fucking shit, bro. My internet is horrible. Hold up. I got the scan. I'm sending it right now. Okay, that's Sanemi is the one in the building.
Yeah, I'm asking how do we know he didn't react? Like how was it a blitz?
Okay, right. So right before this,
Why can't he just like react and like the force of it would just like sling him back?
okay, yeah, I'm gonna give you an interpretation, right?
Sure.
Right after this, Kanao states Muzan is too fast for them. Or she doesn't say like too fast for them, but her exact word is Muzan is too fast. So I think this can
Proof
be
she
the
knows
author's. Hold up,
proof she knows the
let me finish
speed
what
of
I'm saying.
sound.
Let me finish what I'm saying.
Because I already know
I
what you're
think
gonna
this could
say.
just be okay. All right. Well, let me finish it first, and then you can rebuttal. Jeez.
Okay, go
I
ahead.
think this could just be the author's like implication that yeah, he outsped them this time.
What?
I said this is the author's like implication that he
Yeah,
outsped them.
there's just no way for you to prove that as the author's implication. It could just be the author's implication that okay, he outsped Kano. We just don't know. I don't know why you're using the authors here. Like you just know what he knows, like what he knows.
Hmm. Okay, you know what? Then I'll give you another argument, right?
Okay.
I don't think Sanemi did better than Guillaume or Giyu, and because they weren't able to block it, right, and their like limbs got chopped off, then then they will also be able to blitz it.
Okay, I don't care what you think. Proof he didn't do better than Giyu and Gilman. Show me feast out. Like, do you credence to that idea?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
My skill will just be like sanemi to fucking moves on. I don't think you skilled Tanjiro anywhere.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. This is Guillaume able to tag Muzan, right? And then the context behind this, right? The scan before this, he unlocks the red, like his fuck. I don't know. I don't really think you can say red blades because he obviously doesn't have blades,
Wait,
but
can
you
you
know what I
send the
mean.
scan before? Can you send the scan
Yeah,
before?
I'm just gonna send it. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
There's also more feats of Guillaume being able to, like, block Muzan. This doesn't have to be a blitz. I don't think it's a blitz. I think this is a tag. And I don't think Sanemi was able to do something like that. Or no, I don't think he was able to blitz him anyway. I think at best,
Wait. Say it again.
I said, let me reiterate it, right? Guillaume, are you fine with Guillaume being relative in this instance? You can tag him.
Why is Muzan at full capability here? Because he seems shocked with the exclamation
He
mark.
seems shocked. I don't think that's shocked. I think that's him just acknowledging it.
And when does he ever get that exclamation mark when he acknowledges it? It could just be him being shocked or something.
He
I
gets
don't know.
he gets it when Sanemi tags him. He gets it whenever, like, an exclamation point is simply to portray.
Okay. Him being like, how do I put this? He would have to. I agree with him acknowledging it, but right, he would need to acknowledge it to be shocked in the first place, right? That's what shocked is.
No.
Yeah, that's what being surprised or shocked is. You have to be aware. You have to be aware of
Acknowledging doesn't
something.
correlate to shocked.
That's not what I said. I said first he would have to acknowledge it to be shocked, right? You can't be shocked at something you don't know about.
I don't think he's shocked at all.
Why? I'm just saying. I think this exclamation mark will mean that.
Okay, because nothing. What supports that being surprised?
I already gave my reason.
Okay, and what was your reasoning?
Exclamation mark. It could just mean he's surprised.
Okay, that's circular. I said, why does exclamation point mean surprise? And then you said, I gave my reasoning. And your reasoning...
No, you never asked that. You never asked that.
Okay, so then I'll re-ask you it, right? Because I'm pretty sure I did ask you. Why does the, like, exclamation... What implies that he's, surprised here?
Because, like, when people, like, get perception blitz, they usually get this exclamation mark.
So you think he was perception blitzed by Guillaume?
No. I'm saying perception blitz can lead to surprise. Like, what the hell? This guy is so fast. I'm saying, like, this could just mean surprise.
Okay, it could be, but I don't think there's enough reasoning for that to apply to this case.
Why not?
Why not? Okay, well, your correlation was usually when you're perception blitzed, you're shocked, like, oh, this guy's so fast, right? So for that to correlate, this would have to be a perception blitz. So I'm not saying... hold up. I'm not saying you're saying this is a perception blitz.
Hold up,
I'm just saying... Oh, okay. My bad. I didn't hear.
Okay, say what you said again.
Okay. So, your correlation for why an exclamation point, right, is surprised is that usually when you're perception blitzed, you're surprised and you're like, oh, this guy's so fast. So I'm not saying that you're saying this is a perception blitz, but I'm saying for your analogy to, like, correlate to for it to apply to this what you'd be, like, basically saying this is a perception blitz, since that was your correlation.
No, that wasn't my correlation at all. My correlation was them being surprised. My correlation was them just being surprised at that moment. That was just my correlation.
Yeah, surprised about what?
Just speed. something.
Okay, so then you'd be saying he's surprised about his speed for that to apply.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying he's okay. You're not getting it. I'm saying he's just surprised. That when you're surprised, you
Okay,
just use the
and
evidence.
your application for that is usually when you get an exclamation point, it could be because like a perception blitz. When your perception blitz, oh wow, that guy's so fast. So your correlation to oh
Yeah, I said
exclamation point
that.
could mean yeah, your exclamation point for your reasoning. Oh, I'm losing my words. Your reasoning why exclamation point could correlate, right? It could correlate to surprised is hinging on the fact that in that moment, your analogy, it's a perception blitz. So you would be for this to
Okay, I don't
correlate,
think you're
for your
getting it. I
analogy
don't
to
think
follow
you're getting it.
through.
We can move on. We can move on. I don't think so. I don't think
Okay,
you're getting it.
okay. So
Okay.
under the basis that, all right. So I think that's about it, right? So are you fine with them like having similar AP?
That's fine.
Okay.
I'm
So
just saying Sanemi to Musa. I don't think he's killed Tanjiro anywhere.
all right. So I'm fine with sending me to moves on, so I'll just conclude why I think I won that, like the other points. So I brought up the first games I brought up. Actually, the first scans are kind of irrelevant because then I like kind of moved on to the next three scans. So we'll just go to there, right? So I brought up in the first scan, right? Muzan uses like the skinny whips, which is the ones that blitz the Hashira. That's what I said. I said that like word for word, and I said we can see Tanjiro dodging all the whips, right? And then his defeater for this was, well, why would this Muzan, backscale, right? Why would it backscale to the other Muzan? Right. And I said, if we have no, and then like his reasoning for that was like Muzan had gotten weaker, right? He said he could have gotten weaker. We have like evidence to like suggest that he could have gotten weaker, right? So my argument against that was, okay, well, if we haven't seen it to be the case, we can't make the positive claim that it is the case because the author didn't portray it. All right. So then we moved. So then that's all hinging on whether or not he proved it. If he proved it, then sure. But I don't think he proved it. Right. I don't think he proved it because I gave an equal He like conceded to it being equal interpretation, and I gave an equal interpretation to why. Oh well, it could simply just be applying to the first scan, and it doesn't have to be my feats. If he couldn't prove it applies to the feats, right, through this interpretation, via him having higher interpretation to me, then it doesn't like apply. It doesn't go through, and I don't think he disproved that reasoning. And then we went on to this, and he debunked. I think he like debunked my first argument for why he blitzed Sanemi, but then I said, I don't think Sanemi did better. Like I don't think Sanemi was faster than Guillaume, right? And since Guillaume got blitzed because his arms got cut off and he couldn't react to it, right? Then Sanemi would have also gotten blitzed by it. His rebuttal to that wasn't the fact that Guillaume got blitzed. He just wanted me to prove that like Guillaume was above or like to Sanemi, right? So then I said, I don't think Sanemi blitzed Muzan, and then Guillaume is relative to Muzan. So if I prove that to be the case, then Sanemi and Guillaume are relative. So then we move on to this point of whether or not like he tags him here, right? And his core, he says that he wants me to send the scan before. I send the scan before, and then he says that exclamation point can simply be, oh, he's shocked. He's shocked at the attack, right? And then I guess he's like using that to say he'd be like off guard in a sense or whatever. But that was like, even if he's not arguing exactly that, that was pretty much his defeater to that being relative, right? And his whole analogy for why that does apply to here is hinging on the perception blitz. He says, well, it could simply be that the case is, oh, well, sometimes when you're getting perception blitzed, you have like exclamation point indicating you're surprised that this guy is so fast, right? And then basically the only reason why that correlates would be meaning that this is a perception blitz, or else it wouldn't apply. That would just mean in that moment it wouldn't like apply to the overall like usage of exclamation point. So that's why I think I won all the points.
I I feel like concluding. I feel like it.
Yeah, I think your line of reasoning is simple. If I didn't prove my point, if I didn't prove Muzan above Sanemi and then like Tanjiro to him, then it's just Sanemi to Muzan and Tanjiro nowhere. It's pretty simple. Alright, that's about it. I'm finished.
Is 2 giving a conclusion or no?
No.
Okay.
No.
No.